On this episode of Tales of the Table, some people were calling us the Bishop Sycamore Podcast. You can catch us out on YouTube at Tales of the Table. That is Tales of the Table, not Tales from the Table. And also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, we'll read it on the episode. And who knows, maybe you'll get to come on with us. To start off the episode, we got a little debate today, something I realized. So every week, not every week, whenever we run out of paper towels or napkins, my wife always puts paper towels and napkins on the grocery list. And I was like, I got to thinking, I was like, do we really need both? Like, one, I hate using napkins. Paper towels are better. And so my stance on that is everything a napkin can do, a paper towel does better. And also thought about this, when we go to restaurants that just have a roll of paper towels at the table, so much better than just little tiny napkins. You got to ask for more all the time.
Yep.
What do
I
you guys
definitely
stance on
agree.
this?
As soon as you put this, didn't you call me about this, Matthew? Didn't you
you were at
bring
my
me
house.
up on the phone? Yeah, I was at your house. That's what it was. When you said that, and I was like, dude, I'm so excited to talk about this on the podcast because this might be the hottest take Matthew's had on the podcast because I was so like, man, I'm vibing with that because not only are napkins this thin substance that you're basically using for all the things that you use it for, a paper towel is so much better and it's cheaper. You go to Kroger, you got a stack of napkins cost you like $7. 4 rolls of paper towels might cost you $4. And here's the big thing. Growing up, lower income like I did, when you run out of a little toilet paper, you don't want to call up the napkin. You don't want to get a little something on your hand. You want to call up the paper towel. You want to call up the paper towel because the paper towel is going to be for you extra absorbent. I don't care if it's the dollar store brand. It's still more absorbent than a freaking napkin. All right, that's all I got to say.
I agree. Since I've moved out of my house, I haven't bought napkins once. I've only ever bought paper towels. I don't understand the point. And also, if you think about it, like you always see people bring like napkins to cookouts and stuff like that. And what do you have to deal with? Wind. I mean, you still have to deal with wind with paper towels, but what are you only going to dirty up the 1 or 2 paper towels that are around the edge of the paper I don't know why we're still bringing napkins to cookouts. Why are we doing that at outdoor events?
That's a nice little take there, Bowen. That makes sense, too. See, that's what I'm saying. This can go on for years. We can change the world.
My other take was that when you're buying napkins and paper towels, you only buy like a small pack of each. But when you're buying bulk of one thing, paper towels, obviously, you save money that way, too. Paper towels are better.
What's Amber's defense?
I guess she just likes napkins.
Wait, there is a defense for this?
No. I don't think there is. She always just bought napkins and paper towels. I didn't grow up with napkins.
Well, just like Bowen said after we had brought this up before we were going to discuss it on the pod, Bowen said like you go to restaurants that have like messy food, they don't lay out napkins for you. They bring out the heavy duty stuff. They bring out the roll of paper towels for you. They know it's about to get serious. You know, if you're about to eat some saucy wings, you don't want to reach over and get a napkin, get it stuck to your fingers. It starts peeling off. You got white stuff all over your finger. No, you want a paper towel that's going to get the job done. That's all I got to say about it. I mean,
I think it's just more of like a nicer thing. Like it looks nicer on a table, but if napkins can come up to the quality of a paper towel, maybe I would change
like
my mind.
a
But
cloth
it's just not the same
napkin
quality.
that might be better, but that's still like use it once and it's dirty. Like what are you gonna do?
Really think about it. Like when was the last time you went into someone's house? Like you were just going over for some kind of hangout thing, and you actually saw a napkin sitting out there. You usually see paper towels, and you just use that.
Yeah, my parents' house.
Man, that's already.
I think it's a parent thing.
You don't buy napkins, okay? You just don't do it. I don't know anybody that just buys napkins.
I've never bought napkins before.
That's
I'm always like,
I forgot they even existed until one day I saw them like at Kroger, and I was like, oh snap, those really are a thing. Like you can actually just buy them. It's not like just like a restaurant.
Well, I think people have it more for like the decor. Like it's like you can buy a nice napkin holder. But listen, that could just be there for like, all right, everybody, look how nice this is. All right, bring out the real stuff, and then you just put paper towel in.
Real stuff.
I'm not using this.
You just need show napkins.
Show napkins.
Like you go up to the napkins, like you're literally eating some wings or something at like a football, like to watch a game, and you all of a sudden you're like, is this a joke? Like, can we bring something else out? Like,
I know it looks nice.
Y'all expect me to use that?
To tie it into,
I like it.
So my take evolved into to tie it into Bowen's thing. Only psychopaths buy both napkins and paper towels, and I'll go even further. Only psychopaths use napkins and enjoy it. They think no one says, "Oh man, I'd rather have a napkin instead of this paper towel." Only psychopaths. Sure.
That should definitely be the name of that segment for Bowen. It's just only psychopaths ... and then Bowen just fills in the blank every time. Napkins. They just put napkins. You clickbait.
Okay, well,
you
I got one
clickbait
right now.
our audience in. You kick them in. Oh, only napkins. Why is that psychopath? What's going on there? And then they find out it's just because you bought some napkins. Don't do it. Don't waste your money. We can help. We can help people. We can do exactly what that song "We Are the World" was supposed to do by changing napkins.
It's a self-reflection on it for people if you do these things. I'm just kidding. Well, I have a couple because we already talked about one, and I'll start with that one. I think that you're a psychopath if you drink decaf coffee. Drink decaf coffee. There's no point. Coffee tastes good, right? I agree. Coffee does taste good, but if it didn't give me any sort of caffeinated benefits in the morning, I would not be drinking it first thing when I woke up. It just wouldn't be my first thing. I'd be like tea, maybe. I don't know, something else, but it wouldn't be coffee. There's no point.
I fully agree. I'm a big tea drinker, and the big thing, as soon as you said it, first off, I disagree. I don't think coffee tastes good. I don't know anybody who just likes drinking coffee just to drink it. You know what I mean? Like just a beverage that they just drink with their dinner. Like, I don't know anybody who does that. But if you're drinking it for one purpose, to give you energy for the day. But if you're not doing it for that, then you're going to Starbucks to get a delicious tasting coffee. But you're never going to go just get a decaf coffee and just go sipping on that all day. I don't know anybody who that's pointless. That's like a way to rot your teeth without the fun of candy.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Stain your teeth. Stains your teeth.
Exactly.
That's why I switched to cold brew so I could use a straw. I'm like, okay, this is better for my teeth. But if it had no caffeine in it, there's no point.
Exactly.
Matthew, you were arguing that there wasn't.
I was arguing when you made the analogy to non-alcoholic beer because you were saying that's fine because people are trying not to drink alcohol. Well, people try not to drink caffeine too, but they still like that caffeine in the morning. The point of drinking non-alcoholic beer is the same point you're making for not drinking.
No, because it's
coffee.
like a social aspect. If you're like at a party, you want to have something in your hand just so you're more comfortable. Non-alcoholic beer if you're not drinking alcohol. Just don't drink. Find something else. Find something else.
I'm a victim here. When I see beer, I actually enjoy the taste. Like I could actually sip on that for a certain purpose. But coffee, I personally, even the people I know that like coffee, they only like it because what it does for them. It only gives them energy. So I don't know anybody who just enjoys a cup of coffee just to do it, like not even to get energy from it.
I will say the only benefit I could come up with for drinking decaf coffee is I know another benefit that I do get from coffee aside from caffeine is it really clears me out in the morning. So I can see someone wanting it. I mean,
but does decaf coffee do that?
No,
does decaf coffee even do that?
The reason it does that is because of the caffeine.
There you go. All right, more reason. All right, let's move on from this garbage. Everybody who buys decaf coffee is 100% a psychopath. Bowen it's certified fresh from Bowen.
Oh, and I've got one more.
You got another one. All right, let's get
I think if you are driving for anywhere longer than like 10 minutes and it's just to silence, you don't turn on music, you don't turn on a podcast, you don't roll your windows down, something. If it's just quiet in there. Now I know this kind of ties back to the fan, but it's different. You're a psycho. Turn something on. Don't just sit there.
You
in
can
silence.
call me Psycho Boone. There's so many times that I'll drive back and forth from Frankfurt to Richmond where I live, and I'll just be like I'll go the first 20 minutes and I'll be like, man, I'm not even listening to music. I need to turn that on. I'm like, I'm almost halfway there now. I mean, might as well just power through it.
That's crazy.
Or if I'm just not filling my playlist at that moment and I don't feel like searching each song up, I'll just be like,
you got a radio though. You still got radio.
Sometimes you got to like yourself to the thought. You know what I mean? You just think, get in your thoughts, get in your head, get that peace time to where you just think a little bit. That's kind of what I like it for.
You're crazy, Boone. That statement when you said sometimes I'll notice that I'm not listening and then I'm like, I'm halfway there. That's insane. I do it sometimes on accident, and I feel like I wasted so much time. Like I could have listened to so much podcast, and I immediately turn it on. I don't care if I
accidents happen to everyone. Accidents happen to everyone.
I'm not a big. Granted, we are on a podcast, but I'm not a big podcast listener. So I either listen to music or I don't listen to anything. And it's like then if I don't feel like listening to music, I'll just turn on the radio and I'm like.
But in your defense,
garbage.
though, wasn't it like didn't in your Cobalt the radio went out like and you were having to play it from your phone?
Yeah. So I mean, but Paul was the same way. Like Paul ended up not having a radio, and you got to play it from your phone. But listen, I will do you one step further. It's not about the people who sit in silence. Some people just need a little peace. But you can call them psychopaths. But the people that have the option can afford listening to their own made playlist and listen to radio. Those are the psychopaths. The people who listen to commercials for the fun of it. those are the psychopaths.
I want to rewind a little bit.
That's true. I think Matt does that. I think he falls in that category. And I always do think the same thing.
Every
I'm
time.
playing door with ads, and I'm like, Matt, it's 2021.
Okay, for instance, our local rock station, I'm like, man, that's good rock. I remember it as a kid. But then I go to it, it's like the same 10 songs. And I can literally predict the next song. I'm like, can you all – it's been like 10 years. It's been 10 years. Can you please add one song, like one little song?
Still playing.
I don't know.
In the same playlist.
The car dealership ads just they kill me.
I want to rewind a little bit to when Boone said that he doesn't listen to podcasts. In college, Boone and I lived together, and one night, Boone had listened to a scary story on a podcast, and he was too afraid to come inside the apartment because he didn't know I was there. And I opened the door, and I just see Boone sitting in his car. And he's like, I've been out here for so long.
I just told you, Bo. Didn't I just tell you about this story when we were at your house? I was literally telling him about that story, how scary that podcast was. Anybody wants to listen to it, Ryan Reynolds just bought the rights to that movie. It's called The Patient Who Nearly Drove Me Out of Medicine. It's amazing. It's it's voiced over on YouTube. It's amazing. It's very scary. But yes, that's not I don't even know if you consider that a podcast. It's more of like an audio book, but it was pretty scary.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even listened to a podcast before. I've listened with you before when you make me listen to KSR, but that's about the most I've ever listened to.
You listened to Rogan a couple times.
Yeah, but it's because he had video. You know what I mean? Like, I've never actually just got on and listened. I've only watched Joe Rogan. I've never just listened to him.
Yeah,
only watched him because I enjoy being able to see him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. Samesies.
We can move to our little intro there. Boone, you haven't heard this story, but Bishop Sycamore is a little made-up high school, so I'll set the story and then we can give our opinions. IMG Academy is the number 1 high school football team in the nation, and they had like a feature.
They're number
game.
1? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had a feature game. They were the.
Where are they
feature
located?
Game
Tell me where they're located.
Florida.
Florida, of course they are. Of course they are.
They were the feature game on ESPN, and they were looking for an opponent. And this team, they told ESPN that they had a number of Division I recruits. They were really good. And so they scheduled them. And then they get to the game. I'll try and see if I can insert the clip. And they're terrible. And, like, the announcers are like, yeah, we were duped by this team. Like, we can't find any of the recruits anywhere. They're not even they're an online-only charter school. They're not even a real school. And so people think that this coach just, like, got people off the street to come play a football game because he got paid, like, $10,000. And so
they did. The starting running back was bald. I saw him on the sideline. He's like a bald black guy and like looked old.
That reminds me of some movie where someone like gets the job and then they have to go try to put everything together so they can get the money.
So my question to you, in your current state right now.
So wait, did the game ever happen?
Yeah, they got destroyed.
Yeah.
And they wrote.
So there were actual players that showed up?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
58-0. And the whole time the announcers were like, we don't really have a number with like a name with that number, and they're like, we don't really have a lot of information on this team at all. Like they started to realize it halfway through.
I wish that was me. I wish I started that team.
I'll try to put the audio
to
from
dupe that well.
The announcers on there. Yeah. So my question to you guys is, if some random guy was like, "Hey, do you want to come play a high school football game against the number 1 team in the nation this weekend for no money, and you'll probably get hurt," would you do it?
Yes, 100%. I'll get hurt
anyway.
Anyway.
Your current body.
I'll get hurt even not playing the game, just sitting at home. So I might as well go out and have fun. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, what are you gonna play though?
But if he I would literally tell him, I was like, the only way I'm playing is your quarterback. I was like, I'm playing as your quarterback. There's 0% chance I'm playing as anything else. And he's like, well, you don't have any wide receiver. I was like, I'll take care of that. That's what I tell him. I'll take care of that. I'll make the plays myself. You start seeing big old Boone out there with the knee braces, spin moving, juking all these high school players. You're going to realize they're going to see, oh, dang, that's a 5-star recruit right there.
Would you wear your knee brace? I feel like you would have to.
100%.
100%.
I would even wear the O-line number, 58. They'd be like, what is this? Like, they'd be so amazed. They'd be so amazed. Like, what's going on here?
Which shoulder? Is your throwing shoulder the one that this gets dislocated?
No, it's not the throwing shoulder. That's why I can still throw the football. Okay. But listen, this is why I know that I could be breaking tackles and breaking ankles, because what's going to happen is, you ever see that toy that you push and it falls apart and it comes back up together? That's what's going to happen. Every time someone's about to tackle me, I just push that inner button and I fall apart. They miss me and I build myself back up and I run. That's exactly – I'm going to purposely break things and then come back together and start running. Right there, tear my ACL, bang, pop it back together. Let's go. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be a good time.
If I could only play defense, I would go play. I think. I don't know.
Bowen,
Any
you need to
offense,
be my tight end.
O line.
You need to be my tight end. I can throw some dimes to Bowen. Okay, me and Bowen got a little connection here. I can throw those dimes. Me and Bowen.
Okay, fine.
Can run
Tight
the
end
game.
and then some defense. I'll do tight end.
I mean, we're not going to get no blocking.
O-line.
I'm going to have 3 seconds to 2 seconds to throw it to you, and you're probably not going to be open.
Well, it depends.
So gonna...
Matthew, are you coming down to play a line?
Not to play on the line. I'll be your punter. I'll punt the ball.
Be our punter. There'll probably be a lot of punting. World record amount of punts, 50 punts in this game.
Then
they had some big dudes though. They weren't small people on this fake team.
Yeah, but they said some of them were like 20 years old.
20 years old, I love it.
And then I heard stories where that some of them had to go steal like equipment and stuff to like shoulder pads, helmets, like to be able to play. I mean, they all had a matching uniform though.
I would go around and start recruiting like anybody I thought looked physical. Like I'd be like the Army recruits. Hey man, you want to be on ESPN? Oh yeah, man, that sounds great. Come join this team. I know you never played football. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Just come on.
We can turn it into like a little short movie where we go back. We go down memory lane and get all our friends from high school to come play a football game.
I think that's like the dream. There should be there is a movie called The Replacements. Basically, the exact same premise. They're like getting people off the streets to come be NFL players. Yeah, but it's an awesome movie.
Okay.
Yog. That was our Yog section.
That was you're asking the wrong guys. My answer was not to play O-line or D-line. Maybe punter. I'll be backup quarterback too because Boone's going to get hurt. Move on to the next thing. We're a little behind because it already ended, but I had a pretty solid theory on this one. I have 2 theories actually. Have you guys heard of the milk crate challenge?
Yes.
Yes. Is that what that is? Every time I see those people trying to walk on those.
Yeah.
Why is that even a challenge? Hey guys, how fast can we go break things?
This is my.
How fast can we go break our body?
I have a conspiracy theory.
All right, let me hear it.
Okay, so it starts off. Just to explain it, people that haven't heard it. There's these random videos all over the internet, viral.
Everybody's heard it.
They stack up these milk crates, and then they try to walk.
If Boone's heard it, we've all heard it.
They're like 6 feet high in the middle. It's like a pyramid, and you got to step all the way up and all the way down. And most of the time, people just fall, and majority of the time, they break bones, and it's graphic. So I was like,
this makes
thinking,
sense.
I think some lady died. But I feel like they just start throwing that on stories nowadays. They're like,
all right, let me hear Matthew's conspiracy before I go in.
So my theory, this is too random to not be on purpose. Like, someone had to plan this. Who just says, oh, milk crates, let's make a pyramid and walk up them dangerously. And most of the time, it's on concrete. Like, it's too random not to be purpose. So then I would start to think, who benefits from this? Not the hurt people.
Who benefits?
The milk crate manufacturers, like, they're not selling more milk crates. The people just got these out of the garbage. Like, people already bought the milk crates. So it can't be the milk crate manufacturers. Maybe TikTok, but that doesn't make any sense. So I had to dig deeper. So I looked up who makes the most milk crates in the United States. That company is called Farmplast LLC. Farmplast LLC is located in Parsippany, New Jersey. Do you know what's produced in Parsippany, New Jersey? The Lombardi Trophy. So we're in the pandemic. Viewership in the NFL ratings went down. They're trying to figure out ways to get the ratings up. So people get hurt. They stay inside more. They watch more TV. And therefore, NFL viewership goes up. Shout out Paul. He'll be on our NFL preview next episode. It's the NFL. But then I was thinking, is the NFL powerful enough to send milk crates all over the nation? Who else could benefit? And then I was thinking, people who have broken bones and injuries, they look in the mirror a lot. So the government conspired with the NFL and TikTok for people to look in the mirror.
I like how deep you dove. I do enjoy
it got loose towards the end though. The mirror thing, everybody it just correlates.
That's what a good conspiracy theory is. If Matthew just would have done a little bit more hand motion and a little bit more yelling, we would have been convinced. We would have been sold that. Oh man, dude, the government's in on it. We would have been on.
My closing statement. The challenge died out. It's not really a thing anymore. Like, it was like short-lived, 2 weeks. So it didn't have the impact it wanted. Thanks, Obama. So be vigilant for the next trend on how the government's trying to get you. Alternative theory. I thought this one up too. There's been a recent rise in milk alternatives like almond milk, oat milk, and so Big Milk has seen decreased profits. So Big Milk has been saying, "Hey, look at these milk crates that your milk came in. Break your bones on them so you drink more milk."
Okay, I got first thing. Number one, people still make those things, milk crates. Don't you see those like gathering dust in the back of some like warehouse somewhere, like in your back of your dad's garage or something?
People use them to sit on.
Like
turn
you
upside
still,
down,
yeah,
and
you
just,
you even
storage.
have those things. Like
I
I
have
lived
milk
on that
crates.
thing when I used to
Storage, true.
clean grills and stuff at Penn Station. I used to live on that thing. Put a little towel over top of it, a little apron. You're good to go. You got a little chair. You got a little mobile chair. But anyway, my next big thing is, you ever have that moment where you don't connect the two dots? You know, Boone has that all the time. So Matthew sends this thing saying, "Hey guys, next episode we're going to talk about government or whatever, these milk crates and all this stuff in Pensacola or whatever it was." And I was like, "What's he talking about? Like, what's these milk crates?" The next moment, I'm over here watching this TikTok where this like overly large man is walking up to these milk crates and then he falls off of it. And I'm like, that's just dumb. I never even put it together until Matthew just said it just now. And I was like, holy crap, that's the challenge. Because I saw it twice and I was like, why are people doing this? And so one of those videos was so funny. It was like this one big guy that got up and he flopped down. And then you look next to it and to catch his fall from like 4 feet high was this little yoga mat. And he didn't even land on it. And I was like, how? There's no logic. So Matthew must be right about this conspiracy theory because there is zero logic in this challenge that people.
Well, I don't like the challenge either, but I don't like it because I don't know where all these milk crates are coming from. Like, I know you see milk crates, but like this is like a nationwide challenge. For Boone to see it on social media, it has huge. Like, people are doing it. Like, this is almost as big as like planking. Like, if their office was out right now, I feel like they would do like a milk crate challenge or something.
I think it's like
It's that big. So where are all these milk crates coming
Exactly.
from?
Who has all these?
you know what's
what I mean?
you know how it's sort of related to how the CIA put crack cocaine in communities in the 80s.
Okay.
Gosh, Matthew's going deep. Matthew's going deep in that rabbit hole. He's digging in there.
See, the government just dropped these off on like street corners and stuff.
It doesn't make any sense. Who, like Bowen said, where do people just find these milk crates? Like, they have to have a bunch too. He's like,
Enough for there to be this
There
many
does
people
have to be
doing
bunch.
it.
I have
And they're
I have-
breaking.
I have
You know
one
they're
milk crate.
breaking.
Yeah, I know. And like, they have to be done over concrete. Like, who doesn't just think, let's put this in the grass?
I know exactly. What
I've
is
seen some in the
this?
grass.
What
Did you
is
see
this challenge?
Juju did it, but it was on the grass.
bunch
People
of
were all
Steelers
heated
fans
about
got
that on
butthurt.
subreddit.
It's just
Our
dumb.
Steelers.
It's so dumb. It's dumb. And if the NFL player did it, that's already more conspiracy because why would they do that? That's just dumb.
There's one little hole in my theory about the NFL part. The Lombardi Trophy stopped being produced there.
One
Little speck. Everything else is rock
A little
solid.
teensy
Everything else
weensy.
is rock solid, bro.
Oopsie doopsie. But other than that,
Prove it wrong. Prove that it didn't happen.
well, what was it though? What was the?
Oh wait.
What's the flaw? You never
I
said.
forgot. I forgot, guys. We got a caller in for this episode. Alex Jones. Oh, you want to come in talk about the milk crate?
My flaw was
He's
that
like-
the Lombardi Trophy isn't produced there anymore. Stopped in like 2015.
So you
There's
still
some-
went along with it. You were still
there's some
going to
kinda
go that
connection.
whole
Is there any
story.
other noticeable facts about this town?
It's like a big manufacturing place. I tried to find so many connections. That was the closest one I had.
All right, let's move on. I'm tired of these TikTok trends. Let's move on.
That was the rest. That was the end of the plan.
But for
Yeah.
real though, listen. Did Bowen really just wear that hood the whole episode?
He did.
Yeah.
Let me see what's underneath.
There's nothing wrong with my head.
No, did you shave it the wrong way? Did something crazy
My
happen?
hair doesn't grow fast enough to shave the wrong way.
Okay, but why
Also,
are you wearing
if
a
I did,
hood?
I would just go.
Why are you
bald.
wearing a hood though?
Sometimes I'm wearing hoods. Sometimes I'm
No,
not.
look
That's
at
just
It's
life.
hot in that closet too.
Look
Something's up.
Look,
Not
yeah,
today.
man. Bowen's posing.
70s.
Maybe Bowen's posing. He's a poser. Hey guys, if I wear a hood, it's like a thing. People will see it. They're like, he's like a famous person. They
No,
wear
sometimes
hoods.
I want to wear hoods. Sometimes the thing hurts my head. I don't know.
Hurts your head. Maybe you just don't want dents in your head, or maybe that snake of a vein that crawls across your
It
head.
does dent in my head a lot.
What even kind of
here's
hood?
news.
What even kind of hoodie is that? Let me see.
Purple rain.
Oh, is that what you're wearing? Look at him. Man, you really after we got that for that Christmas exchange and you got it, I was like, man, that guy's never gonna wear that. And you really been putting in work wearing that.
I do have some
Really out here.
cool news.
I like the way it fits me. It fits me nice.
Not cool
It wouldn't
news.
fit your arms because, like, look how much it goes down on my arm. But I don't.
You're welcome. That was my
I-
Secret Santa gift.
Hold on, yes.
But
listen,
I know,
listen.
but it was like intended for Boone. But it was like, nah.
Listen, here's some big news right here. Bowen has
Even though
offered
he has
me
the
a
tattoo.
job to be a part of his body. He has offered he has offered me to give him a tattoo. Maybe you could explain the tattoo, Bowen, and maybe we can get some comments on that.
We need your help, guys. We need your help.
dude. My dad listens to this podcast. I don't know if I'm down for that.
No, it's fine. I don't care. But I do want to do it though. I want it to be like an outline of.
Yeah,
I
actually,
have a
I'm
dog
glad you
named
reminded me.
Theo.
Tomorrow's a good day. Tomorrow's a good day for me to get in.
I'll send you the picture. I can send you the picture.
You should make a podcast stream overlay like we've asked for weeks.
I want to get.
Are you done crying, Matthew? Crying out
Yeah,
in
Matthew,
pain?
you done crying?
Like you were crying about the fantasy draft and when we're doing it. Oh, guys, we can't do too many people. I won't be as good. There's a chance that my percentage of chance being good is over.
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about how Boone's terrified of his father-in-law, stepfather-in-law. So it's your fault too. We were at the restaurant.
Don't you love how like you can make like funny faces on it, like and it just like looks like
We were at the restaurant, all of us together, and Chris told us that he got Allen to be in the league, and you were just like, and then you went and asked David. You told David, "Hey, you can be in this league with us," and then we're like, "No, he can't." And Boone's like, "He has to be in the league. I can't tell him no."
I literally go out here like Lois Lane, reporting, finding, looking, searching for someone who can fill the gaps, and then you guys bring the scraps. I mean, we've had freaking Bowen's ex-girlfriend on here. We've had freaking people on here that don't even like to do it before. Okay, we got your brother Matthew. He didn't even put a lineup. My brother listens to the pod. Chris, shout out, bro. Just make sure you put your lineup. Do good. Put in good work this year.
You were the original no lineup person.
I am the original. But one day it clicked in my head that I was like, I won when I didn't try. Maybe I should try. And then I still suck. So the problem is I'm going to go back to not trying. That's what I'm going to say.
I'm going to tell you exactly what happened because Boone's telling a lie right now. He makes it seem like he's out here looking for good people that can be in our league. No. What happened was he forgot completely that we needed someone to be in our league. Somehow football or fantasy football got brought up around David. And then Boone goes, "Oh, yeah, we need a player for fantasy football. Do you want to join?" You weren't looking for a football fan.
Bowen, are you sure you weren't there? That is precisely what happened.
Right when you said that, I was like, "You're lying." He literally said
it went like a bell, like a light bulb over my head. He literally went to me. He's like, "Hey man, you doing fantasy football this year?" And he's like, I was like, "Yeah, man, we usually have a league." And it was like, I was like, "Oh snap!" And I told him, I get on all excited, telling my friends, "Hey guys, I got a guy for the league." And Matthew's like, "Oh, we already got one, dumbhead. What you doing?" And I was
You
like,
were there. You were there when we got him.
Snap. Oh my gosh, Matthew! I was watching an NFL game on a phone for no reason. I drove all the way to Lexington. My brain was in other places. I was in the clouds. Okay.
The other news that I had. You see where China banned video games for children under 18? They can only play 3 hours a week, an hour each day on Friday, Saturday.
How do they
and Sunday.
monitor that?
They have people. The companies are making them registered with like their real ages and stuff.
Oh
and
my
cracking
gosh,
down.
that's crazy. Okay, give it to Matthew. Matthew, clap it up for sad ways to end the podcast. Sad ways. All right.
And you know how I already start feeling about China, Matthew. This is a risky topic to bring up.
Yeah, Bowen's charged.
I'm adding it to my list.
Bowen's about to go
reasons
super
why I don't
sane.
like China.
Bowen's about to go super sane on it.
Super Saiyan.
What was that I saw? I saw it on Reddit. It said Chinese people come into America to get souvenirs and just to find out that it's made in China.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
I felt so bad because, like, if we go to like Europe or something, if we go to like the Bahamas, we want to get that like authentic stuff that was made there. And then like if they get something from here, they're like, "Man, I'm really excited to get that really cool thing." They get it like, and it's made from China. They're like, "That's not really a souvenir." I felt bad. I was like, that's such a good point.
Yeah, I know. I do want to clarify though. It's not the Chinese people that I dislike. They got good food. It's the government that scares me, and the reason I don't like China. The people are fine.
So you can't say you don't like China. Just say
I really
you don't like Chinese
Yao Ming.
government.
Yao Ming's one of my favorite centers.
So just word it better, and you might come off as less of a bad person.
I don't like the Chinese government.
So if you just say that more often, because there's nice Chinese people. Really nice.
Yeah, great Chinese people. Good buffets.
Probably better than American people. I mean, we got the bad people here. I mean, you
I
think
think they
about
probably
it.
work pretty hard. They look like they work pretty hard over
We're getting
there.
a little,
There's a billion
we're getting
of
a little on the edge here.
We're only saying good things, Matthew. It's only good things, except for their government. Scary people. Thank you for listening.
Well, you know that's my favorite type of food. So if without the government involved, I would 100% move to China over America. 100%.
Bro,
If the
how'd you
governments
walk-
were switched, like they had a little, like
Well,
freedom
you
was
can't
bigger
move
there.
to China. Like you can't. They won't let you. Like they
No,
You
I'm
do
saying
re-
I'm talking about government out of the question. Bad government out of the question. I'd move there 100%. I think they got the cool rice fields. They got the cool cities. They got
It's
all that.
old.
I like the smog that you breathe
They
in.
got
in
that
Hong
wall.
Kong. Yeah, they got cool things over there, and the food is absolutely delicious. And I'm pretty sure the exchange rate, I'm going to be richer over there. So I
You
mean,
do
there's a
know
lot of
that
things.
the food at the Chinese buffet is not the same.
Oh, I
food
know
that's
it's
in
not,
China.
but don't forget, Matthew.
We
The
went to
closest thing
Chinatown.
we could get to Chinatown.
I was gonna say Chinatown is what I
my
was gonna say.
favorite food on the planet to date.
You should
Chinatown.
move to a big
$2.30 for a 4-course meal. Okay, you can't beat that. You can't beat that anywhere you go. It's like go walking down steps, going into this like little apartment to eat to. Oh, Chinatown. Wish I could be there.
I was iffy on Chinatown. The smells kind of got to me a little bit.
It did.
They
smell.
have a lot
It
of
did
fish
smell a little bit.
markets.
Did smell. Did smell.
Everywhere smelled in New York. It smelled like horse.
True.
That's
Not
true,
like
too. That's
Cincinnati
true, too.
though. Not like Cincinnati though.
The
we ever
Bengals.
tell
I
that
was just
story?
there recently watching the Reds Cubs game. Still, same smell.
I don't think we
all
ever
over.
told that story. We'll tell that
Because we
on
never
our
told the
upcoming
bachelor party story. One day
Yeah.
we're gonna have
Yeah,
to
we did.
really get into
I think
that.
we did.
story.
No,
No, we didn't. We took it. To
we
the,
didn't do
we,
it. It was supposed to do it. We never
We
told
took it to Boone's bachelor party to tell my bachelor party story, but it didn't work out.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, give us an ending, Matthew, and I'm sure you can come up with a few cuts. To
I have an automated ending, but I'll end it here. Follow us on YouTube at Tales of the Table. At Tales of the Table, not Tales from the Table. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We're starting to get angry. We have 8 5-star
We're
reviews,
starting to get angry.
and we have a solid 40, 50 people download every episode.
I
And
know,
only
Faith, you could leave one.
7
I know you
people have
could.
left a 5-star review. So leave a 5-star review. Bowen and Boone, you guys can leave 5-star reviews too.
I've
already
left
done
a
it.
5-star review. Just
No, you
not.
haven't.
Well, I've left a 5-star, not a review, but
Yeah,
I've.
we can't read the rating. Oh
Well, I
yeah,
wouldn't have
5
done a good
stars, guys. And Boone, you too, and get your wife.
There's
to do
no
it as
rating
well.
system on Spotify. I don't.
And
think.
get your go on Apple Podcasts. You have an iPhone, just go to the app.
Listen,
It is
Matthew,
easy now that you have an iPhone. It's
I'll
easy.
leave a review. Don't you worry. I'll
Get
leave a
McKenna
good
and all her
review.
family to leave reviews too.
Listen, I tell her family about the podcast every time. Hey, go watch this, and they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
man, that
my
sounds
family
good."
could be
Man,
pulling
and they're
some
so
weight
nice
too. I know they listen.
They're so nice too. They'll be like, "I'll do that. That really does sound good. Like I like what y'all talk about, conspiracy theories, NFL, sports." And I was like, "Okay, man, go listen to it." You know they didn't listen to it. You know how it goes. That's why we're getting angry. That's why we're getting angry.
All right. See you guys next week.
Bye.